Okay, good evening, all of you. You have connected to the seminar series conducted by the Gampa Educational Office, Zonal Education Office. So today I'm going to discuss programming part, flowchart, pseudocode, and a little bit Pascal also. So we'll start. I'm not going to introduce myself. You already have seen me. I'm Anil Manage from Gampa Takshila College, working as ICT teacher. Okay, we'll start. I will share screen. I'm using this presentation to teach you programming part. Okay. Flowchart and pseudocode. Why we are using flowchart and pseudocodes? So to actually to represent algorithms, right? To represent algorithms. That means algorithm means that the way of solving a problem. So that is called algorithm, or the steps of solving the problem. So those steps or the algorithm can be represented by using flowchart and pseudocode. So flowcharts are used to represent this in a graphical way, but pseudocode is for the textual way. Now look at these symbols. Now this is for start or end. This is input output. This is for process. Decision you have to use either yes no. That means now suppose in here, like if you get this side yes, this side no, that can happen, like, right? So you can use different letters, yes or yes no, or true or false, according to your condition, which side yes, which side no. But you have to mention which side yes and which side no, right? Then flow direction, that is data flow line, where the direction actually data is flowing. These connectors we are not using all the time. If you don't have spaces, uh, you have to take the flowchart part of that to other page. So at that time you can use these connectors, right? Then pseudocode. Pseudocode, what we are drawing, that is in the flowchart, we are representing the same thing using these standard words. Begin to indicate beginning, end is there, then input, read, get. So you can use anything to indicate an input, but usually we are using input. Read, get also there. Output, display, show, print, even you can take. I haven't put that part. uh, Print also you can use to show an output. Then process, calculate, to indicate the process, but it is not compulsory. Without this word you can write the process. Then if, then, else, and if used to indicate selection when you are taking decision. For, do, while, and while, and repeat until are used to indicate repetition. If you are doing the same thing again and again, you are using this for, do, while and repeat until. So these things you have to memorize. These symbols you have to memorize, right? Okay, so I will go to the second slide. Okay, now this is something no capital words, Vishmita. So you can use a simple or capital, doesn't matter. Not, it is not case sensitive. It is not case sensitive. Okay. So my first program is uh, input two numbers and find the total. Now we have different types of flowchart. One is sequence. Sequence means your steps are going one after another. Your steps are going one after another, right? Now look at the flow chart. First you look at the, now here you have to be very careful. You have to concentrate very well, otherwise this part will be difficult, right? Okay, look at the flow chart. Now start symbol, input number one, number two. You can take input xy, even doesn't matter, as numbers, but the person who are reading this flow chart or pseudo code should have a kind of idea to denote that, or to indicate that we are using input number one, number two. That means you have to input numbers. That's what we have emphasized there. Then total, that look at the symbol I have used, total equal number one plus number two. So this is a process box. So I am using process box to calculate my value. Then I am using display total, that is again input output box to display the total. Then stop. Now look at the pseudo code begin. Same thing I am writing, input number one, number two. Process, without this the word process doesn't matter, you can use total equal number one plus number two, then display total. Now I have here I have mentioned display total within inverted comma. That is wrong. Why? We are going to display the value. We are going to display the value inside the total variable. So variable called total, not the total word, not the total word. So if you put inverted comma like this, that means you are using or you are showing the word total. Actually, that is not what we want. We need to display the value inside the total, right? So I am using because of that I'm not using inverted comma. So this is common for anything. Now as example, if you put instead of number one, number two, when you run this program, you will be getting a message, okay, input number one and number two. So you put 10 and 20, then your total will be displayed as 30. So someone else can put 5 and 10, then your total will be 50, like that. Whatever the numbers you are giving, that will give the total of them. So that is common for everything. That's why we are using pseudocode. Now look at the blue screen. I have used Turbo Pascal here. So when we are writing the Pascal program, this is the way we are writing. Now see program test. So you have to use the program word, then any name you can give test. You have to give a name, right? Then I have taken variable a, b and t as integer. Now Pascal, you have different variables, integer, real, char, string, right? Boolean, those variable types are there. Then I'm using the word begin, that is compulsory. Then I'm using write, enter number one, enter number one. So this is the message display on the screen, enter number one. I have keep some space and put this apostrophe here, then you will be getting some space to enter number. Here you can use write or write ln. So the difference is, if you use write ln, it goes to new line. Now here I am using read ln a. That means I am taking it in a new line, and I am taking whatever you are going to enter, that is whatever the number you are entering, to the variable a. That means inside the variable a, you will store the value what you are entering for the enter number one, right? So actually variable is a place inside the memory. So inside the memory you specific location, name it as a. In that location you are going to put the number you are entering for the number one. Then again another message is displayed, enter number two. Sorry, I have put some, see something has happened. Don't worry about that. Enter number two, right? So read ln b, that means whatever you are entering, that number will be stored inside the variable called b, right? Then you are adding them and assigning to the t, variable t. Now here, look at here, when you are assigning, you have to use colon and equal marks. Now other parts even you have put semicolon. If you don't put semicolon, you can't compile them. Compile error will become, right? So a plus b. Then you are going to show or display the total with the word total is. So total is, then whatever coming to this variable will be displayed with the total is. Total is what? 15. Total is 30, like that. You are getting the value. So I have used readln here. This readln is used. This is not compulsory, but I am using that to hold the screen. To hold the screen, if it is not holding, that means your output flashing, like it's coming and going. So you have to go to debug window and you have to find the answer. What I am using this with this software, Turbo Pascal. There are some other software you can use in different ways, but readln we are using to hold the screen. Then you have to put the word end with the dot, that is apostrophe. Mm, you have to end the program, right? So this is the Pascal program for to get two numbers and add the total and display them, right? uh, Readln, yes, with the readln we are not reading anything, we are not taking it a new line, we are not taking anything, but I am using readln to hold the screen. Usually with the readln, if you put letter or variable, it will take whatever the value you are entering. Now here I don't want to enter anything. Till I press any key from the keyboard, it will hold. That is why I am using readln. Okay, I'll go to the next slide. Now here, another program. Input length, width, and find perimeter, area and the perimeter, right? Area and the perimeter. So here, go through the program. Put a difference between read and readln. Read is you are reading the same line. Readln means new line. Okay. Now here, input length and width, then area equal length multiplied by width. I have taken the word called perimeter, that's peri. Here, then 2 into length plus width, right? So I am using two different process box to do these calculations. So usually when you are doing the processing thing, you can take separate process box, but input and output you can use the same box. Now here, then you are displaying area and the perimeter. Now go through the pseudo code here. So same thing you are writing. So input length and width, then area equal length plus width. Perimeter is 2 into within bracket length plus width. Then display area and the perimeter. Now I have used this Pascal program, and I have here I have mentioned the output screen also to tell something about this part. Now here, when you are entering the numbers, it can be sometimes it can be decimal points, numbers which is having decimal points. Because of that, I am taking all these variable as real, Then, like the same way, now I have used the same program name test and write enter with, that is you are getting now. See how this output it here. Output is here. Enter with I have put 4. Then read the length. It is reading to the variable called w. Variable called w. Then another variable enter length. With the length, I am taking the variable called L. So now you can see the output 4 and 6 I have entered for this program. Then I am using this calculation part. Area equal L into W. Perimeter P equal, not equal, colon and equal, assigning the values. Right? Remember those stuff. Otherwise program won't work. 2 into within bracket L plus W. Then I am writing area is, and I have given area has taken to the variable called A. Perimeter has taken the variable P and read the same. But here I have used small different part. Why I am using this one here also same. If I don't use like this, you will be getting so many decimal places. That is default value. Will be getting with so many decimal places. So what I am doing here is I am asking to take six numbers. Six numbers. Out of that, that means up to six numbers you can get as result. Out of them, you are taking two numbers for the decimal. For the decimal. That's why I am getting a value like this. So altogether six number I am taking, but here according to the answer you have only four numbers with two decimal places. With two decimal places, right? If you don't put, it will give a default value with some kind of a scientific value will be display, right? I think you can understand that. Now this program also coming under sequence because your steps are going one after another. Okay, we'll go to the other part. Now this is bit different one. Now this is called selection. Selection, in the selection, what is happening? You are checking a condition. Now my question is input age of a person, and if it is greater than 20, display adult, otherwise display child. So I take age here. Then I am checking the condition here. Age greater than 20. If it is greater than 20, that is a condition, and two sides are there, yes and no. Yes means if the condition is true or if the condition is satisfied. No means if the condition is not satisfied. So it will depend according to your condition. Now here my condition is I am checking age, whatever you are entering to the age is greater than 20. So if it is greater than 20, what will happen? It will display adult. That means if you give 25, 30, 35, then it will display as adult. If it is no, that means less than 20. That means if you give uh, 19 to 18, 15, whatever it is, minus value, even minus value won't get, but still you will be getting the output as child. Now here this is a text what we are going to display. So that's why I have used apostrophe with this quotation mark, with the quotation mark. Now tell me for this flowchart and the pseudocode, we'll see the pseudocode. Same way you are using input age, then if condition is there, then the word then, this is compulsory. This is compulsory. If you don't put, you don't get the full marks. If age greater than 20, then you have to display the word adult, else display child. If you use if condition, you have to end with end if. You have to end it with end if. Then only you have to put end. That is what we have used for begin and end. Right? Now tell me or send me the message. If you put 20 for this flowchart, if you put 20, what will be my output? Whether it's adult or child. Send me through the message. Through the chat, send me. Yes, some of you are telling adult, some of you are child. Okay, enough. Enough. Right? Here, if you put 20, what will happen? 20, you are checking 20 greater than 20. So my condition is 20 greater than 20. So 20 is not greater than 20. It is equal, but I am not checking that. I am checking whether it's greater than 20. So 20 greater than 20, it is no. 20 is equal, so but not greater than. So because of that, it goes to no side and it will display the word child. The word child. One of you asking this. Translators, yes. Machine language, first generation language, machine language, you don't have to have translators, that is 1 and 0 machine language. So second generation computer language, that is assembly, used assembler translator. Then from third generation onward, that is high level languages, we use compiler and interpreter to translate whatever we are writing to the machine code. So compiler translate whole program at once, while interpreter translates line by line, right? Line by line. Okay, look at the Pascal program. Pascal program. Here, program test. I'm using the same name. Variable, I have taken a variable A. That is integer I'm taking because age you have to give as an integer. Then write, enter your age, then read ln A, the same thing. Now here, see, if condition greater than 20, write adult, else write child. Then here I have used semicolon. So the place, the where you close the if condition, there only you are using the semicolon to denote or to describe that that's the place, this is the place that if condition is closing. So it will detect by using this semicolon. The program will detect, or compiler will detect this program, the if condition is ending in this place. So other parts you don't want to put semicolon. If you put semicolon, that will be error. You don't get the correct you are getting an error message. You are getting a other part other than the if condition, not in outside the if condition you have to put semicolon, doesn't matter, right? So this is the selection. We'll go to another program. Bit different. Okay, input marks of a student, and if it is greater than 75, display good, and if it is greater than or equal to 50, display work card, else display bad. Now two different conditions you have checked. Now look at the flowchart. Look at the flowchart. Here you are taking input marks, then marks greater than 75. If it is yes, you are going to display good. If it is no, it is coming down and checking again. Checking again whether it's greater than or equal. Now I have given greater than or equal, that in my equation I have given. Because of that, you have to check whether it's greater than or equal 50. If it is greater than or equal 50, you are going to display work hard. So else you are going to display bad. Now in this flow chart, you will be getting either good, work hard or bad. Out of the 3 output, you are getting only 1 output, not all this. That's why I have used this line to connect here and to the stop, right? Now look at the pseudocode input marks. If marks greater than 75, then display good. Else, again I am using if. Else if marks greater than or equal 50, display work hard. again else, otherwise, that means finally you are going to display then end if and end, right? Now look at the Pascal program. Program test, I have used the same name. It's easy for me to design this one. So right, that is the message you are going to display. Enter your marks. Then read element A. You are taking whatever you are entering to the variable A. Then A greater than 75, then write good. Else if you had to use in Pascal, you had to use separately. Else if A greater than 50, then write work hard. Else write bad. Now here I have put the semicolon. Why? Because my if condition is ending here, because in Pascal you can't put end if. So instead of that, you can use semicolon. Now here you can use only one if condition. Someone is asking whether we need to put another in and if. No need to have. But if you use if condition separately without else part, you can put if condition separately. If like that, then how many if you are using, that much of and if you have to put. Here I have used else if, so end if one and if is enough, right? Okay. So Pascal program, I think you can understand. Here I have put the semicolon. From there only, a program can understand that there's the place where if condition is closing. Where the if condition is closing. Okay. Then we'll go to the next program. Now this is bit repetition. Most of the students are experiencing like problems with the repetition. I will explain them. Okay, now my program is display numbers from 1 to 10. 1 to 10. Now look at the flow chart first. Look at the flow chart first. Start. I am taking a variable called n equal 1. You can take any variable. Any variable you can take. But remember why I am using this n, to check whether it is going 10 times. Whether it's going 10 times. So I have to have a mechanism. I have to use some kind of a mechanism to check whether it's going 10 times, because in the computer he can't do cannot understand how many times it is going. So we have to give a kind of a method or mechanism to the computer. Okay, this is going 10 times, after that you have to do this one. So this is the mechanism I have used. So I am taking a variable called n equal 1. So I am checking that is less than or equal 10. So if it is less than, now here 1 is less than, so it is going to yes side and display. So n means 1 will be displayed. Then I am taking another process box, n equal n plus 1. Now n you have 1, 1 plus 1, new n become 2. Then again it is coming here. Then come into the condition box. Decision box less than yes 2. Now and you have 2, 2 less than or equal 10 yes, then it is going and displaying 2. Like that it goes up to 10 even, because 10 not less than but it is equal 10. Then it is going, then display 10 also, then n become 11. When it comes 11, then it will be not that the condition is not true, it will exit from the loop. This is the flow chart. I think flow chart you can understand better. But that same thing we can represent. Uh, yes, one of you asking in this flowchart, should we use an input? No, there's no input. We are not taking any input from the user. This is just a program. We have programmed that it is working. We are not taking any input from the user. Don't worry, I will show you how to take inputs and all that later. Now look at here. When we are using this flowchart pseudocode part, we can write them in three different ways. Now here, now this is the part you have to understand very well, right? So begin, same thing, n equal 1. I have used while n less than or equal 10, then display n equal n plus 1 and while, right? Now here I am using while condition. here so isn't n equal 1 is input. No, Pute. This is a process. Amandi, she's asking whether n equal 1 is an input. No, it is a process. We are assigning a value. Assigning is a process, not a input. We can't use input symbol for this assigning part, right? I think it's clear with Amandi, right? Okay. Don't ask more, like you can ask question, doesn't matter, but while I'm explaining that, it will be like jumping here and there, a bit difficult to understand even. Now look at here, this while loop is execute until condition is true. This is the thing you have to understand. This while loop is working when the condition is true. So what is that? So n equal 1, n equal 1. So 1 is less than or equal, then that condition is true. That is true. Then it is coming inside, then displaying n, that is 1, then it n become 2. Then again going 2 less than or equal, yes. Then display that n display 2, then it is going here n plus 1 and becomes like that. It goes up to 10. So 10 also going. And when it comes to 11, it will exit from the loop. So that's how it is working. That's how it is working. Now look at repeat until. Repeat until. Now repeat until n I have used n equal 1, then repeat, then display n, then n equal n plus same thing. But see the condition. Until n greater than 10. Until n greater than 10. Now here what has happened? When the condition is true, it will exit from the loop. Now look at from the previous one, while loop, when the condition is true, it is coming inside it is working. The repeat until, when the condition is true, it will exit from the loop. Now see, exit from the loop when the condition is true. Condition is true. That is the difference. That is the difference. And another difference, suppose if I use 11 here, if I use 11 here at the beginning, will this execute? Will this execute? Send me the answer. Will it execute? No, right? Good, right? It is not execute. Why? Because if the condition is false, it won't work. But here, now see, I will switch off my video, otherwise you can't see it clear. Okay. If this is 11, what will happen? This will display 11 and new n become 12, then only 12 greater than 10, then only exit, right? So in the repeat until, even condition is true or false, whatever, your program will work at least one time. It is working at least one time. Now here, that's why I mentioned use when we know how many, whatever the condition will execute at least one time. See, whatever the condition, it will work one time. So when you are using repeat until, be careful. Sometimes you will be getting unexpected outputs. Unexpected output. Now we'll see for loop. For loop. For you can give what is the value you have to start and what is the value you have to end. For n equal 1 to 10. Directly you can give how many times it should run. Then display n, that is n, then 1 will be displayed. Then next 10 means it's automatically increase 1 by 1 up to 10. So it is, 10. But the here use when we know how many times it is going to be repeated before starting the program. Now I am telling something like this. I will ask you to count starting from 1. You are starting now. You are counting now, right? So and when I say when I clap, you have to stop. When I clap, you have to stop. So if I do something like that, some kind of activity with you all, you will be getting different value. Someone is getting 9, someone getting 12, like that. So you can't expect at what time I'm going to clap, right? So this kind of program we can't use for loop. For loop we can be used if we know how many times it's going to be repeated before we start in the program. Now here I can use for loop. Why? Because I know this is starting from 1 to 10. I have to show, right? In this program I can use for loop. But programs that we don't know at what time we have to stop the program, we can't use this for loop, right? Okay, I think you can understand. This part is the a very important part you have to understand, right? So while loop, repeat until, for loop. While loop, if the condition is true, it is working. Repeat until, if the condition is true, it will exit. That means if the condition is false only, it is working. That is the difference. For loop, you can give if you know how many times it is repeating, right? Okay, I'm going to next slide. Before that, wait. I couldn't tell this Pascal program. Wait. Now here, Pascal program variable I have taken in begin. So I have assigning the value to 1. So I am using while loop while n less than or equal 10. So you have to use the word do in the Pascal. Uh, then write ln our whatever the value, then n equal n plus 1, that is we are increasing, then end. So same thing I have used, right? So I can use repeat until and for loop, both we can use, but I'm not going to talk about them very much, so with the time being, right? Okay, so this is the while loop for the float, our program, right? Okay, I'll go to next one. Here, bit different program. I am using trace table also. Now in this program, input number until you enter 0 and display the total. So you in the program you are going to enter any number you are going to enter, but when you enter 0, the program will be stopped and display the total up to that. Display the total up to that, right? Now here best thing you can understand is cannot use for loop. So we don't know at what time the user is going to input 0. We can't tell whether it's a, we don't know this program will run whether it's 10 times, 5 times, 0 time even. At the very first time you enter 0, it won't display anything. It will display 0 and it will exit from the loop. Can happen. So we don't know how many times this program is going to repeat. So we cannot use for. We can use either while loop or repeat until. But I told you when you are using repeat until, be careful. Be careful. Now look at the flowchart start. I have taken t, variable t equals 0. This is my total. Then I am taking a number, input number. Then I am checking n equals 0. N equals 0. If it is no, that means if it is no means if I don't enter 0, that program should work, no. So it is going this side, no side. Then t equal t plus number. That means whatever number you enter will be added to that variable called t. Then again taking another number, checking whether it's equal to 0. If it is no, adding that number like that. When it is 0, if it is years, display the total. Display the total, right? Now here you can use, now I have used any number equals 0, number equals 0. You can use something number not equal 0. If you use number not equal 0, this side should be yes. This side should be yes. That means if number not equal 0 only, this program is working. So if you are using the condition box, that's why this programming means you can give different types of answers, that is happening the same thing, right? So nobody can like tell that you have to write on this way only. No, there's no like that, right? So if the that's why I told at the beginning, right? It is algorithm. The way you are going to solve the problem, it can be several steps than this one, doesn't matter, doing the same thing, right? So that's why I told here, if you give something, now I am checking number equals 0. If it is no only I am in, that means if the condition box, inside the condition box, if you put number not equal 1, not equal 0, not equal 0, then this thing should be yes to add the values. This thing should be yes to add the value. So that's why I told you can use different method, doesn't matter. Now if I go to while loop, t equals 0, input number, then while not t equals 0, now you can use this symbol in Pascal. If you are doing the A-level ICT, we have Python, this is the symbol for the not equal. So you may think here I am checking equal, here I am checking not equal. What is the reason? Now already you know the reason. While loop is working when the condition is true. When the condition is true, it is working. So if the number is not equal 0 only, this program should work. When it is equal to 0, you have to exit from the loop. So here I am using the while loop. So my while loop is working when the condition is true only. When the condition is true only. So that's why I have used not equal, even my flowchart is equal part. And look at here, this my flowchart, I am using this into no sign. This into no sign. That means condition, when the condition is not true, it is working. So that's why I am using this while loop here. So remember, while loop is working when the condition is true. When the condition is true. So to make it, I am using while number not equal 0. Until even you can use there. Uh, if you are using a repeat until, what will happen? Your condition true, only it will exceed. So there you can give until number equals 0. Number equals 0, that can be given if you are using repeat until, because repeat until it will exceed when the condition is true. So that difference you have to understand. Now here another thing I want to tell. Now in this flowchart we are using input number only one time, but here I am taking two times. I am taking here also. Why is that? So this is the place where I am taking the first number. If you give 0, what will happen? It will exit from the loop and display the 0. That is the first time. From second number onward, you are taking from here. Why? Because you can't jump from the outside the while loop and get the value from here. You can't jump from the outside the while loop and go top of that and get the number again. So that's why I am using, so we have to use another input number inside the loop. Another input number inside the loop, right? Then finally only you are displaying the total. Finally only you are displaying, because if you put display, the word display t inside the loop, all the time you are generating the total will be displayed. All the time you are generating the total will be displayed. Then now here, now this thing you have to understand very well. Someone is asking some questions. If number equals 0, should be displayed. Yes, number not equal only is working. When the number equals 0, it should display t. But while loop, that's why I told while loop, you can't use the condition. When the condition true only, it is working. Now try to understand. And t equal t plus 1, we can't use. No, t equal t plus number. Whatever the number you have to use. We are not adding 1. We are adding the number they have entered in the program, right? Not the 1, right? Okay, now look at, I have used a trace table to understand, make you better. Now, suppose these are my test data, right? So input number, I will take 5. So at the beginning, total is 0. My number will be 5. So you are checking whether it's not a flowchart and pseudocode, same thing. I will explain only one. So not t equal 0, yes. It is coming inside t equal t plus number. So your total will become 5. Then you are taking input number. I will suppose I will input 7. It is going top and checking here whether it's not equal to 0. So yes, coming inside, it will end now 7, 5. Earlier you had 5, 5 plus 7, 2. Then again, you take another number, we'll take 4. You can use any number, it's called trace table. Using trace table, you can check whether your program is working properly. Right? So input 4 is not equal 0, yes, adding, your total is become 60. Then input number, now you enter 0. While number not equal 0, the condition is false. It will exit from the loop and display t. Now what is inside the t? You have final total is 60. That's how it works. Now look at the Pascal program. Right? Try tell lane, enter number, read the lane. Now if you remember, if you can write the pseudo code, you can use any language. It will be more easy to do any language. Only keywords, so stuff you have to memorize. Other things will be same. Algorithm is same, right? So I am using write ln, enter number, read ln to a. That is, I am taking it the variable a. Then I am checking the condition not equal 0. Then I am adding that. Now here see, I am taking that input part. I am using here again input part, right? So read ln, then it is going until this condition is true, it is working. When the condition is false, it will exit and display whatever the value you have up to the 0. That is until you enter 0, it works and give the final total. Okay, we'll go to another program with different program. Okay, right? So input numbers until you enter 0 and display total of positive number. Now you have the same condition now like the earlier. You have to do this until you enter 0. But now I'm going to display the total of positive number. There you have to use a if condition also. Now look at the flowchart. Now here input number total is that number equals 0. No. Again you are checking greater than 0. That is, if it is greater than means it's a positive value. So then only you are adding. Otherwise you are not going and whatever it is you are taking the next number. Like that it goes until you enter 0. Then finally you display the total. Actually t means positive value, total of positive numbers only. Now look at the pseudo code. T equals 0, input number, same condition, not t equals 0. Then I am using if condition. If number greater than 0, then, so you don't have else part here. If the condition is not true, that is, if the condition is false, nothing will happen. So I am not using else part here. No need to use else part here. So if the condition true, only you are adding end if. Then you are taking another number. Like that, go up to the condition is true. When the condition is false, you exit from the loop and display the total. Now look at the Pascal program. Now here t equals 0, write ln, enter number, read ln, that you are taking it there. Not t equals 0, begin if. Now here see, if with the if condition a greater than 0, then only you are adding it to the total. Then you are taking another value, enter number, then read ln again, taking that. Like that, it goes up until you enter 0. When you enter 0, it will exit from the loop and it will display the total. So that is the program, right? So with the time I have explained most of the programs, and there's something called case. Case statement also there is just like work like a if condition, right? Go through that one. Then you have something called um, this is called arrays. You can like uh, it's a memory location it's a memory location. Suppose this is the memory location, right? Now earlier what has I have to do, you have to separately give different variable names for different names for the variable, right? So if we are using array, same variable you can divide like this. Same variable, suppose if it is a variable, you can divide them separately. So here locations, you have to define them. Default, you are taking the location 0. This is location 1. This is location 2. Like that, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it goes 6 up to 6 location. But actually, you have 7 places or 7 locations, but when you are numbering or when you are addressing them, you are starting with 0. You are starting with 0, so it goes up to 6, but you have 7 location. Remember that. So Vidushi is asking, so what happens if we input a negative number? So if you input negative number, what will happen? What will happen? Nothing. Why? Because it is not equal to 0, so it won't exit from the loop. It won't exit from the loop because this program will work until you enter 0. Whatever you entered, it won't exit. But will it end? No. If it is greater than 0, only it is ending. So if you enter minus value, what will happen? It will just ignore. Just ignore. Nothing will happen. Right? Okay. I think you got some kind of a idea about this part. So this is actually like we have to take like several days and do the programming, but with the time we have only another 4 weeks to conduct this kind of seminar. I will take kind of a feedback from you all, whether we are doing papers or like whether you want to continue. I will take that one now. So I am giving you a poll in. I'm giving you a poll in, and there you have to mark whether you want us to cover all theory topics. We have another around 3 topics to cover: internet and email, then information system, or we can start kind of model papers to discuss. So that depend on your feedback. Now there are only around 50 students here, so I will go for the this is voting for you all. I'll go for the vote according to your vote. I will decide the next sessions. I will decide according to your votes, right? Okay, put your votes. Another 10 students have to vote. Quickly vote them. whether you need to cover the theory or whether you need to do model papers. Don't think of covering topics and do the model papers. Don't think of that, right? So it is difficult because we have only another 4 days. Don't think of covering all topics and doing the papers. Either cover all the topics or do the papers. Another around 5 students are there to vote. Okay, vote them. Then I can check it. Okay, another 4 students are there to vote. Quickly vote. Then we can plan the next sessions. Only 4 days to do. After that, you are having the O levels. Okay, I will end the vote, end the polling. I will share the result, then you can understand what is your request. Okay, so you can understand. Here, 30% of you have would cover all the theory topics. 70% of you are telling to do the model paper. So I will go for that vote, that is doing model papers. So in next few lessons, we will be doing that kind of a thing. That means I'll be sending the paper to you all before the session. Then you can finish it and join with the session. Then we can discuss the papers. Okay. So I have extract some past paper questions. You can start them now. Okay, we'll try to do them quickly. We send you answers, then I can check it. 36 and the 30 some next question, whatever it is. Send you answers through the chat. So when you are getting something like this, you can use a kind of a trace table what I showed you there to get the correct output. So you are sending different answers. Here unit is 175. You are going to enter 175. So where it is going? It's read units. If units less than 50, no. If units greater than 50 and units less than 150, no. Then it is going else part. When it is going to else part, what will happen? Amount equal 250 plus unit minus 150. That is, I will write here. Units, my units are 175 minus 150 into 5. That's how it's working. So here you get 25 into 5, 125. So what is your answer? 375 will be the answer. Fourth answer should come. Those who gave third answer is wrong. Now I think you can understand here. Yes, I showed you how it should work. Okay, go to next question. And send me the answer. I will use a kind of trace table to terminal is there. These are my variables. X is there. Number is there now. Right? So at the beginning terminal is -1. So repeat, it is going to repeat. Yeah, sorry, x equals 0. X equals 0 also there. So number, repeat, display, enter number. It will, they are telling 4 will be entered. If number greater than is x, yes, definitely. So x equal number. Now it is x become 4. It's going until number equal terminal. So number is not terminal. So now see, until num equal terminals. If the condition is true, only it is going out. Or it will exit. Now here num is 4. Terminal is -1. The condition is false. So it won't exit. Then it is taking the next number. That is according to this 5. So 5 greater than x, yes. Then x become 5. Then it is not equal to terminal, again going, taking the number 2. But when you take 2, it is not greater than, so nothing will happen. Then it is going, it is taking the value, next number, that is -1. So when you give the -1, you are checking whether it's greater than x, no, and yeah, it is equal to terminal, yes, it will exit. And it will display the x. So what is inside x now? 5. Inside x you have 5. Vidushi, check your answer. So fourth answer should come. Fourth answer should come. So that's why I told you do kind of a trace table, then you can understand this better. We will go move to next exercises. Okay, check. There are two. That is first one is a MCQ one. Try it out. Display the output. That means you have an MCQ question, you have to select the correct answer. A, B, C, they are telling the value. They are telling the values. You see? So if you have A, B, and C, they are telling 50. B is 30, and C 70 you are giving. Now check. A greater than B. Check whether A greater than value is at the beginning value is 0. A greater than B. A is greater than B, yes. 50 is greater than. Then A greater than C. If it is A greater than C only, value become A. Otherwise, value become C. So here, A greater than B is true, but A greater than C is false. So else part will be value will be C. That means value will be 70. So here your output will be 70. Fourth answer. Sanduni, check your answers. That's how it comes. Now look at the seventh question. Now it is an array question, but it is not a MCQ, I think. Yes, you have to give the answers. Give the answers. Try it out. Yes, Nirosha, I'll explain. Don't worry. Try it out. Try it out. That's what I'm telling. So you can write kind of a trace table here. So value is there. K is there. AK is there. These are things you have to consider about. You'll see value is A0. What's the value in A0? It is, now look at the array. A0 is 80. So value 80 you have to put at the beginning. K equal 1. You put K is 1. Then while K less than or equal 4, yes, K is 1, it is less than or equal 4, that is true, it is coming inside the loop. AK means what? AK is what? 1. AK is what now? It is 100. It is 100. 100 less than value. So value is 80. AK now is 100. I will put 100 because K is 1. Because of K is 1. AK is 100. It is checking. It is less than value. Value you have 80. Then only value is equal to AK. And if now, so nothing will happen. K equal K plus 1. K become 2. So it is going top of the flowchart while k, that is k is 2, less than 4, less than or equal 4. Anjali, why is AK is 100? Now see, look at here. Yeah, A. Now look at this top. You have the array. K is 1. So AK means A1. A1 is 100 here. They have given. Did you get, Anjali? Right? So that's why AK is 100. Okay. I was here 2. K is K equal to K plus 1. 2. 2 less, not less than or equal 4. Yes. Then AK. Now here AK is what now? A2. So A2 is what now? 70. 70 less than value. Yes, because value you have 80. AK now, A, that is actually A2 or AK is 70. It is less than. Now value equal AK, that means value become 70. Then K equal K plus 1, K become 3. Then less than 4 years, AK. Now A3. A3 is 65. AK means A3 now, 65. Less than value. Yes, because the value you have 70. Now AK is 75, 65. So this is assigned into value is equal to AK. That is value become 65. Then K equal K plus 1, K become 4. Yes, less than or equal. Yes, it is coming inside AK. Now A4 is 95. So this is 95. 95 is it less than value? No, value you have 65. So nothing will happen. K equal K plus 1, K become 5. When it is going to while loop, K less than or equal 4, no, it is not. So exit from the while loop and display the value. So value what you have now? 65. 65. Right? So when you are taking, when you are going through, you take this kind of a trace table. This kind of a trace table, it will be easy for you, right? If you want, like I will upload this video to my channel, so you can watch it again and again, then you can understand this. So all the time use this kind of a trace table, then it will be easy for you to understand. So our part A, your answer is 65. 65. Then we'll go to the part B. Identify and write down the correct statement for P, Q, and R in the flow chart on the right, which is drawn using the above pseudocode. Using the above pseudocode, we have create kind of a flow chart. Value is A0, K is 1, same thing as given. K less than equal 4, that same condition is given for the repetition. Now here P is what? P. So you have right now this same thing. AK less than value. AK less than value. Same thing is coming to P. So yes, value equal. And if Q is 1, Q is K equal K plus 1. K equal K plus 1. That is for Q. Then R for what? You are going to display the value. So this is the R. So same lines you have to write, because they have given the flow pseudocode. So you use the same lines, same values that they have given. Okay. So go to the next question. redraw the array A and it is content after the following assignment are carried out on the array. A1 is 45, A2 is 88, then A4 is 72. So what you can do? So redraw this array. This is the array. So you keep 80, doesn't matter. You A1, you make it, change it to 45. Then A2, you make it to 88. Sorry, A1, sorry, A1 44. A2 you 88, yes. A3 you keep it as 65. A4 you make it to 72. Same array, you write them again with the new values. So they have changed the values. A1 they have changed, A2 they have changed, A4 they have changed. Right? Okay, then go to the part 2. Part 2 question. Okay, try it out. Metisha, you can join to the WhatsApp group. I think you have to send it through that one. You check the admin is there. That is Kontha Singh sir, Chanak sir is there. Try to get his number and ask him to add your number. Then you can get into our Gampa Zonal IT group. I will give my number later. You can ask any question related to this one. I'll give you away right later. Okay, try to find out the answers for this one quickly. So here all the if the all these sides are equal only, equilateral triangle, otherwise isosceles triangles or triangle with the all side of different, yeah, right? So they have given PQR, you have to find out. PQR you have to find out. So here P. So you are checking here L1 equal to L2, then definitely you have to check L2 equal to L3. L2 equal to L3. For the P it is come. Right? Then definitely it's they have given yes equilateral triangle. Then what is Q? Now if it is no means they are not equal. They are not equal. You have to display Q. Display L1 equal L2. P is L2 equal L3, yes. If it is no, Yes, in P you have to put L2 equal, now L1 equal L2 you are checking. Then again you have to check L2 equal L3. Then find QNR. Q, what will happen? So two sides are equal. If two sides are equal, you have to tell isosceles. So Q should be isosceles. A triangle with all sides of different. So you are coming no like that. So R is scaled triangle. So R should be scaled triangle. Right? Okay. So they have given how to find out in the question. So you don't want to have mathematics knowledge to get the answers. They have given it. Okay, we'll go to the next one. Okay, try to find out this. So look at the 35th question. Payment option false. If distance greater than 100, then payment option is true. If vehicle type is equal bus, then payment option false. Which of the following statement is correct according to the above pseudocode? What is the answer? So if distance greater than 100, payment option become true. If vehicle type equal bus, then payment option false. Now what will happen? Now we'll go through this. When you are going through these answers, look at the third answer. If distance greater than 100, that is distance equal 100, that this payment become true. Payment option become true. So from the false it become true. But when the vehicle type is bus, again payment option become false. So it should be third answer. 36. Marks obtained by 10 students for the ICT paper is given. The following array A, which has indexing starting from 0. Which of the following item can be used to retrieve the highest marks? What is that? Now you can see highest marks is 93. 93. So when you're checking, starting with 0, A0, A1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 93 in there in the 7th item. So actually in 8th item because you are starting with 0. Because of that 7. So third answer should come. Okay, we'll go to other questions. 37. Give me answer. If you can give me answer quickly. When you are going through, check where it is a repeat until loop. Repeat until loop. Remember that. Okay, I will explain that. Here, begin p equals 0. Repeat p. Then now p is 0. P mod 2. Now 0 mod 2 means the mod is used to divide the left side number from the right side number and give the remainder. So 0 mod 2 means 0. You can't divide 0 from 2. Your remainder will be also 0. Then q, is it q equal 1? No, q is 0 now. Q is 0. Then because of that, this won't exit. That means display dollar mark won't come. Then p equal p plus 1. So p is 0 plus 1. New p become 1. So until p less than 5. P less than 5. So what will happen? This condition is true. I think you can remember, if the condition is true in the repeat until loop, it should exit from the loop. It will exit from the loop. If it is while loop, if the condition is true, it is working. Repeat until, if the condition is true, it will exit from the loop. So it will exit without displaying anything. Without displaying anything, because display $1, this won't execute now because of q is not equal 1, q is 0, so it won't execute. So this will exit from the loop without displaying anything. So there's no answer. So this is all. There's a problem in this question. So you will be getting the all, that is anything you will be getting the marks. There's a problem in the question. I think 2018 or 19 question. Okay. We'll go to the next question. 38, 39, try to do that. Vishmita, I check my video again. In the repeat until loop, if the condition is true, it will exit from the loop. That is the difference. It will exit from the loop when the condition is true. While loop, when the condition is true, it will work. That is the difference that I explained in the beginning. Okay, 38. Consider the flowchart. Valid marks. If the input marks between 0 and 100, what should be the correct term for label P, Q, and R? P, Q, and R. So you have to check and display the message valid mark if the input number is between 0 and 100. So it should be less than, you are checking greater than or equal 0. You have to check less than or equal 100. If it is yes, display valid. Q, R means no. That is second answer. 39. Go to 39. Yeah, that now you have here you have the flow chart. According to that, what is the pseudocode is related, right? So you are reading C, that is reading C, then F equal 9 into C, then F equal F divided by 5, then F equal F plus 10. So that means this same F you are multiplying, dividing by F 5 and adding 32. Even in three different processes, you can take it to 1. So your answer should be third one. Third one. Okay, 40th. Theory 1. Which of the following is are correct regarding programming language? Machine language uses binary digits. I told you that machine language. Assembly is a low-level machine language. That is for this for the assembly. Assembler is the translator. I discussed that. High-level programming language are machine independent. That means machine dependent means you have to write separate program for each computer. Machine independent means you can run that program for any computer. So uh, all are correct. That's the fourth answer. Okay, we'll go to the other question. This is actually not from the past paper. This is related to Pascal. Okay, first try to find out the answers. Match them. So begin, you used to begin the main program. Program area. Start the program call area. Sorry. Start the program call area. Right ln area is C. Value of the variable C with the message area is here, this one. Right ln enter length and read ln A. That is enter length and input the value entered by the user into the variable A. This one. End. End of the main program. Now, when you're using end, if you put end with the semicolon, that is now inside the while loop. If you have several statements, you can use begin and end inside that loop even. So there you have to use end with the semicolon, but end with a full stop means that is end of the program. Then say write ln enter with read ln b here. Then value a, b, c. You create 3 variables and a store integer. Okay, go to next part. They also try to write down the answers. That is also from Pascal. Now I am not talking. When I'm talking only, I am now mic is muted. Okay, I have given time to do the question. Okay, we'll try to do that. Start a program called hello. So you can write program. No need to write capital, doesn't matter. Program hello. So same way, start program called my underscore self. Start program called my underscore school. So create variable x. Variable x. Put integer. So variable a and b. Yeah, variable decimal places you can use a comma b. You can take advance. Clear the decimal places. Create variable name and village to store. And village to store name and village. Okay. So variable name comma village. Now remember, Pascal is not case sensitive. Capital village and simple village will be the same. So this should be string. This should be string. Char for only one letter. Char for only one letter. Output hello, how are you? So write or write ln doesn't matter. Get the output as the value of the variable x. So that's the same way. Output the value of x variable with the answer is this is a bit different. right? Answer is, then you have to put a comma and go to X. You have to use a comma there. Add the value of variable A and the value of B and store it in the variable Y. So assigning Y A plus B, right? Plus B. Okay. So I have send the our normal method, that is Google form. I have sent through the message. I will send it to the our group also, right? So try to answer that. There was a small mistake in that question after like preparing that only I saw that, but I gave you marks for all the uh, I gave it for all the all the answers. I gave marks, right? So don't worry about that. So those who couldn't write down those Pascal thing, you can check my video. I will upload within another 5 minutes. I will upload that, right? So from next week we'll try to discuss some model papers, right? So I want to thank before I wind up. I want to thank our ICT directors and the zonal education officer, Ms. Srimali, and our ISS, Mr. Jagaptan, Mr. Chanaka, to helping us to conduct this kind of a seminar series for you all, right? So we'll meet on next week. Be prepared for the questions and all that. I think you already know my YouTube channel, and this is my number. So any thing related to this lesson, you can ask or text me. I will try to answer as soon as possible. Okay, we'll finish for the day. Good night, all of you.